Good afternoon, y'all guys. How y'all doing? Friends, family, whoever else pops in. Thank you also for all those who are watching the replay. I appreciate it. What we're going to be doing today is going to be learning how I just did one of these. So I'm going to tell you how I did a little golden book journal, how to prepare the little book for you to do it with. And basically, that's it. I'm going to try to talk you through it as I'm doing it and do the best that I can to make it as easy as humanly possible. I will show you before we start the one I just finished with. It is the same book, actually. Same book, just different covers, and the insides are the same. And this is what the binding looks like right here. So that's what we're going to be doing, is making a journal, making this little book into this. So we're going to get started. We're going to do up to a certain point, and then I will stop. I'll go ahead and stop for the day, and then we'll continue this on Friday. So this is going to be a 2-day stream. Actually, it's going to be 2 days. It's going to be here today, and then on Friday we will finish up. So let me just get this. Hi, Juju. Welcome, welcome. Let me get that door shut. I forgot to shut it. So let's turn. First, you're going to do is get your little golden book. You're going to fill them around. There should be 2 staples. I don't find them on the front, but I'm feeling on the back, and I filled 2 of them. What you do is you get whatever you like as far as a knife, a X-Acto, whatever. I am using this because not only does it work, but both sides are usable for me. Use what works for you doing this. So you find out where that staple is, and you just cut it open. You're wanting to find that staple. I'm going to try to stay to where y'all can see me, and I will try. Let me see if I can't put another light on here. It may be a little too bright, but at least maybe the shadow won't block y'all. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for I can feel it in here. So I'm just looking to find the staple. And I'm going to peel back the little gold lining here. And this is the back of the staple. So I'm going to turn my little tool around, and I will go right underneath the staple. One side of the staple, get underneath it. Be very careful not to cut your wrist or anything else with the other side. And pull that up. Look, just like that. We put it in the. There's one side right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the other side. It looks like there is a delay. I just thought I'd let y'all know that. I'm not sure. But I'm not sure how long it is, but there is one I'm noticing. Now, where'd that other one go? Get to the other side and get it up. Juju, I take it you've done these before. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, they're a little booger to get up, aren't they? How you doing, Sharon? You having a good day? Get this right here. Get it up. I have watched many videos. I actually did this from a video that I watched from Possum Patty. She makes it very easy for me. There are probably a bunch of people out there that I've noticed since I've done the first one that have instructions on how to do it. And so whoever grabs your fancy, go for it. I don't know. This is just the way I learned. So I can only teach you what I know or what I have learned. Will I do this again? Oh, yes. This one I did make, the first one, I loved doing it. Loved it. So I will more than likely be doing some more of these. Um, Let me find this staple here. There you are. Get this other side here. Pull it up. Get it moved. There we go. Work with the other side and get these staples up. And I'm just getting underneath the staple, which, like Juju said, is a little bare. So I am. Ooh, the paper's coming up. That's okay. And I have seen a lot of ways to save the paper. I don't know how. You're having to rip into it to get the staples out, but there are some people who are saving this before they do the staple. Take the staples out. They're saving the gold liner, which is really cool. You can then add it to the book, but I haven't tried to do it. They're using a heat gun to heat the tape and stuff, but I haven't tried it yet, so I can't show you how to do something I haven't even tried myself. Trying to get this last little staple down, get it out from. Come on, let me get my tool underneath it. That's the hardest thing. All right, come here. Oh yeah, pray that I do not jab myself or cut myself or do anything like that, because this last side of the staple is being a little booger. It is not wanting to come up. Come on. Quit fighting me. There we go. We got it started at least. So that's got all the sides done on the staples. You then go to the front, and you're going to go feel from the back, and that way you can feel the front now. See where it is at. So I'm feeling for the front for the staple here, going in. See that staple? I'll take my little tool here, and I may actually, when I did this the first time, I actually got my hammer and hammered these out. So if I can't do it with this, I will be getting a hammer and hammering these out. Yep, that's what's happening. Yeah. Once you can get them started, making sure that it doesn't go back down. Once you get them going down and you get the paper cut to where the staple is showing, it will make it easier to get the little booger out of here. To me, this was one of the hardest things to do doing this whole entire journal, was that and lining things up. I'm really not good at that, lining them up to make sure everything is in its proper place. That took me a while to figure that one out. Now I'm going to gently, I don't want to bend these back. I want to get them to go out. Let me see if that helps on this side enough. Nope. Oops, got my bent on me. See if I got enough out to do it. Alright. And what is the hardest part of doing this? These staples. I can't even find the staple. That wasn't where it was at. Where is it? That was my staple there. This is the hardest part, guys, and it takes the longest to do. A part of me wished I'd have went ahead and done it before we went live, but y'all, wouldn't see that it is problem. It's a problem to get these out. They're horrible. They're hard to do. So let me spread these out again. See if I can't get them to open up down here. Get this pushed out. Alright, guys. I'm trying my best to at least get from here. See if this has moved any at all. Alright. Looks like we're going to get one out. Get over here and get the other one. Okay. Well, I got one side out, so I'm wrestling with the other one and get it out. Okay, there's that. See if I can't tap this one out a little bit more. Slip that down. Hold on just a minute. Sorry, guys. I forgot to shut the door all the way. Okay, we got that one. Just got to get this one. See if I can't pick it out. Okay. There we go. And we got this one. And we just pull it out. Yay. We've got two staples removed. Okay, you're going to open it up and just gently open it up all the way. This is glued. The last one I had was not glued. So we will see how this works. And you're going to slowly open this up. Put it down. Then you're going to open it up in the center. And you see, notice this one just come right out. This is a signature right here. That one just came out. And that one just came out. So we're going to set these aside. We just put those right up there, set those aside. And so this is what we have. We got this right here. Now, what you're going to need is now when I was doing this with Possum Patty, I had to stop and take my time. Now, what she did is she did cut in between these, what you're going to need to do. So you're going to need to cut the center. There we go. So it gives you two parts, your top and your bottom. And I'll keep them like this to where I remember what side is what, because I will mess it up. Okay. So what we're going to do is this is 2 inches. It is 2 by, hold on a minute. 2 by, metric is not going to help us any. Wouldn't mean 2 by 8. 2 inches by 8 inches long. And then you're going to have 1 inch, 8 inches long. So on each of these 1 inches, now this is I used cardboard. I know that Possum Patty used some packing stuff and measured it out the same way. I had some thin cardboard, and for me it worked real well. It worked real well. And all you're going to do is you're going to take this, glue it down, Take this one and glue down. You want to get it right on the edge where that gold leaf was, where the center of that book was at. You want to get it right up there. You want to try to make sure that you're on the edges, that everything is lined up. And then you want to glue them down. Nope, I lied. Stop. If y'all doing it with me, stop. You're not got the glue down. Praise God. Okay. Remember, I've only done this once, so I'm working here. See this edge right here, right there? That's where you're going to want to line up the 1 inches. It's right here. So you're going to want to put that, bump that up all the way to right there. There we go. It's right there. To where that leaves this hanging off. You're going to keep this hanging off. Bear with me while I do this because, like I said, I've done it one time and I enjoyed it a lot. That's why I wanted to share how I learned with y'all. And it's, it's going to be another learning experience for me to share with y'all. So I'm going to make mistakes. I am going to do all kinds of weird stuff. I already know this, I can tell. So just bear with me and know that it's all a learning process, everything. And have fun with it. Let me get this glued down real good. I want to get this glued really well. And yes, I am using a glue gun. It is not a normal glue gun with the hot glue. It is just a little gun. It's called a petunia. My sweet petunia. Put that right there. And it comes with its own glue and a small and bigger kind of head on it to put the glue out. And it's easier than trying to squeeze a big bottle of glue, which I found while I was working with the other one, that my tacky glue was really hard for me to handle doing this. So I am doing this one. Like I said, use a lot. Don't be stingy with the glue. You want to put it right here. Lining it up. You're going to want that crease right up next to it. You don't want to go over it. You want to stand it right next to it. And then you're going to let that sit there. You're going to do the other side the same way. Trying to remember to make sure I'm doing this in the camera and not away from it so y'all can see what I'm doing. Make sure that I get the edges good. You'll notice I'm looking for any empty spots that may not have any glue. I want to make sure we get it all glued really well. Again, coming up right to this crease right here. Not into it, but on just right next to it. go. I'm going to let it sit there for a little bit. Now, like I said, these were 1 inches a piece. The center is 2. What I'm doing is I marked it top and bottom to where you know what end you measured. And this should fit in right here, just like this. I'm going to let those 2 dry a little bit, then I will glue this in. And where it's going to glue right here and right here. And from there, I'll show you where we go from there. We are going to get to a certain point. Again, I'll say this again today. We'll get to a certain point, and then I will stop and give you all time to get things together for Friday. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to glue this side down. I can kind of butt it up next to the one we just put down, making sure that the top and the bottom both are covered. And then we're going to get this glue down. Realizing that you don't want to butt you want a little space between here because you want it to be able to move. So what I did is, you see that bend? I kept that bend in there. Thank you for welcoming them in, Cindy. I appreciate it. I'm concentrating a lot because, like I said, when you're doing something new and something you haven't done 3 or 4 or 5 times, it's really hard to talk and do at the same time. Again, I'm going right up to the edge of that center there, to where the book will still have a bend to it. Some people would actually butt it up, but I found in the other one that I did that if you don't leave enough room between them, it just won't bend right. So let me get this down on this side. Whoops. I know you'll do better after I get the other side down. Let me get it glued down. Right. And I use a lot of glue. I want to make sure that it is not going anywhere if I can help it. And then, if there is something that comes up, you can go back with tape or whatever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this upside down. I'm going to go, I think I was, let me see. And again, you want to try your best to line this up. Let me see how we did. Flip. Okay, that's good. This side, that's good. Now let this dry a little bit. I want it all to dry down. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Now what you're going to want to have is you're going to want some fabric. Either fabric or masking tape or whatever you think you want to use. I am using fabric. And I made a 6-inch by, and usually I would say you need about 16 inches because you're going around. You're going to cover this up with this fabric. That'll cover all that stuff up on front and back. So that's why I'm saying use lots of glue. Use lots of glue. It's not going to hurt nothing. I know that this glue dries pretty quickly. I just want to make sure that I'm not rushing the process, because if you do, this stuff is going to probably move on you. Let me put this hammer away. Okay. Just tuck down. Okay. I'm going to let this sit, like I said, I'm going to let it sit a little longer. I'm going to go ahead and get my fabric ready. On the one I did at first, I didn't realize that you would need, yes, you need this, but you also need it inside. So I had grabbed two totally different types of fabric. And so it looks funky as far as I'm concerned. I think it looks horrid, but for first time, I'm very happy with it. Don't worry about if you're not happy with the first one. There are things about this one, the first one I did, I'm not happy about, but I'm learning from it. So I'm going to glue all this down again. And I'm going to be very generous with the glue. I'm also going to glue down the center here. Like I said, I'm going to be very generous with the glue. This here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my bigger glue, because this glue is going to dry so fast that if I don't get a move on, it'll be dry before I can get the fabric on it. Set that there. This here. And then we're going to spread it. I will make sure we get up here on the edge is good. Here. Go ahead and spread this out over here. Gonna quickly get over here. Get this one done up. said, I put a generous amount. If there's any left over from here, I will move it over to one of the other ones. So I want to make sure it gets lots of glue. Okay. There. There's tops on it. Okay. I'm going to start this right here at the center of it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in twos. This is actually, Sharon, this isn't paper. This is actually fabric I'm using. Let me pull this over here a little bit. It's not covering quite like I want it to. There we go. And it's gluing. The glue is drying pretty quickly, so I'm really making sure that this fabric is down good. Okay. There. I'm going to let this sit just a little bit to where it, you know, I know that I can flip it over and put more glue on it and everything's okay. We'll be using scrapbook paper or whatever paper you want to when we go to build our signatures up. But we will more than likely not get to that until Friday because I want to give y'all time to get whatever you want to insert to be before we bind the signatures into the book. No, not yet. What you want to do too is you want to use your finger or something that you can use and put it between them and really rub that down. Get that crease in there. That's why you have that crease. Just where this can go like this. So you want to make sure and glue that crease down. Which is something I almost forgot about, guys. I almost forgot until I looked and go, wait, no, I gotta make sure this stuff goes. The fabric goes down in between here. There we go. I have no nails. I don't know why I'm acting like I got nails when I know I don't have any. Checking it to make sure it's in there and moving properly. Okay. Check this other side here. Make sure I've got it in there good. Yeah, that's really good. The other side I'm not too happy about because the fabric is puckering. And I don't like it. I'm a little fussy. If you haven't figured that out yet, you will. Okay. What I'm doing now is I've got some residue of the glue kind of on the edge here. So what I'm waiting for is for that to show dried. That way I'll know that it's more than likely ready to be flipped over and the other side be glued down. But what this is doing is this is making what our inside width will be. Okay. So we're looking at this compared to what we did have. Now I used 6.5 inches here with the fabric. I would go ahead and make it I think I would make it 7 inches to give you a little more overage because it is right on the cardboard. I mean, there's no hanging. There's a little hanging off on this side, but that's it. The rest of it is very close, if not right on top of that cardboard. Waiting to see if this will warm up because if it's cold, that means if it's cold, that means the glue has not quite dried yet. I'll wait till it gets a little warmer, then I'll flip it over. Still rubbing it in the seams to make sure that the seams are good and down. I'm going to slowly bring it over here. As you can tell, it has a big opening here. So what you're going to do, which I forgot, sorry about this, guys, I forgot to do this. You're going to need to put something in this place. I just remembered that I need to put something in this place because I didn't remember to do it. So what I'm going to need to do is make another binding. This is not it, but I'll let you know that you need to make it a little smaller, about 1.5 inches, to get it in there since we did keep this. Generally, it should work. It should go right over the top of this. Right in between is what we want. We want it right in between there. So I'm going 1.5 inches, and that should cover up this indentation here. You want it, you want it to kind of be built up, and then we'll be covering it up with the fabric. So let me see how this is going to work. Ooh, I don't like that. To cover that up, I had to have this much, but that is going to cover up the name of it. Okay, let me think. Let me think, guys. I'm still contemplating here. I've got to have the fabric to make sure it doesn't move and it can hold everything. Now on this one, I had about this much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this back because it is covered for what it needs to be covered. I will cut it off now, and I will do it in 2 separate pieces instead of trying to sneak off and get it done in one. I'm not using my fabric scissors because of using the glue and everything, so I'm just using my craft scissors. That's why the fabric is kind of ratty looking. Okay. So let me get me another piece of cardboard here. Sorry about this, guys. I thought I had everything ready to go, and I don't. Try to find the same cardboard that I used yesterday. Here we go. Well, actually, not yesterday, the day before. So I'm checking to see if this will fit. Yes, the width is pretty much on, but the let me go ahead and move this. What I'm going to do is gingerly, very carefully, move this over here to the side and lay it down and let it dry some more. trying to make sure it's on a flat edge there, not hanging off or doing anything fun to make it off center here. I'm going to get my cutting board. Oops, sorry about the noise, guys. Sorry about that. Let me get this turned over. Okay. Now I need this cut off at 1 inch. So I am going to go right here on my 1 inch. Trim off whatever needs to be trimmed off on this. There we go. Let me do this. Where's my score? My score out there it is. Let me come in here and score this now. Let's see if we can't get through it. There we go. Okay, let me get this off. What I'll do is I'll go through and clean this, trim this all down after I'm through getting this separated, this cut part separated. I don't have the strength for the cutting board to get it. If I'd had my other cutting board out, I have a big one, heavy duty one, but it's not where I can get it down right now. Again, we only 1 inch. So we will be cutting it off. There we go. So all I need to do is just run it over a few times. Let me put this over here. Get this in trimmed up. This all cleaned up. There we go. Now, let me get this put away right quick. Sorry about that noise. Thought for sure that was going to fall off. Let's get our book back. Here we go. We got the front here, both sides. I'm going to move this little piece right in here, right in between these two, and glue it in. And there's going to be excess that I'm going to have to cut off. So I'm going to come here, and I still have little pieces here that need to be removed. Thought I got them all. Guess not. Okay. It's a little not quite there. It's okay. Again, making sure that it fits good. It's doing all well. Let me get this tacky glue back out. Because once again, I do want to use this glue to make sure it keeps everything moving. There we go. Get me some paper towel here. We're going to put this right and pop that right in there. There we go. Get that right in that center. Okay. And we'll put it down on top. Okay. Put that over there. We need that next one. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, let it kind of finish drying. Then we're going to go ahead and put the, let's see how much I need to take off of this. I'm going to turn around and do that right quick. I would say about another 1.5 inches. Let me go cut that right quick and I'll be right back with you. All right. This ought to fit better. Let's see. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Okay, then. What I'm going to do, bring the glue out, and I am going to glue it all the way to right here. All the way to there on both sides. Let's see here. I hope that y'all are able to follow, by following me, that I'm going slow enough and explaining enough that you'll be able to do this yourselves. Like I said, if not, then, you know, there are many people out there in the YouTube world that are doing this and have done who knows how many. So I just thought I'd come on today and Friday and show y'all what I've learned, the mistakes I have made, and you know, be honest enough that if I make a mistake here, then I will be very honest about it and tell you I did it. So I'm going to want to put this here. me think. Yeah, I want to glue that down to there. Didn't think I wanted to glue that all the way there, but I do. I'm going to glue it all the way. I want to say to right here. Let me jump over here. All the way to right here. Go ahead and get it in here. Go ahead and get it in here. Because remember, on the other side, we made sure that this was, the material was in there good. And we will do the same with it on this side. Make it more glue up here. And down here. I'm looking to see what direction I want this. The fabric is not directional, so I really don't have to worry about it. I just kind of like everything being, everything. If this color is going to be in this direction, I like all of it to be. So, like I said, I'm kind of fussy about stuff like that. And then I'm going to go in here. I'm going to find that curve where it's going to buckle in at, where it's going to try to turn. I can't think of the words. I'm sorry, guys. Where it's going to bend. I want to make sure and get that bend in there. Make sure it's glued good. I want to make sure this is glued down good. I'm going to let that sit a while. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and I will trim this all up. Get it to where it goes flat. Again, I'm going to check it. Okay, it's good there. Okay, it's not quite bending here. Let me look at it. Why is it not bending? Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to quit messing with this and let it dry a little bit. And then I will trim the edges down. Yes, the back is wider because I hadn't trimmed that down. And it's okay on the inside because you're going to have wider and smaller stuff coming in. So you're not going to see the inside hardly at all. But again, I'm checking that bend, that binding to where it'll make sure everything's bending. Also, it lets me know that, hey, there's not enough glue right here. Let's put some more on there. I'm going to check on my edges, making sure everything is down. Notice that this isn't down. That tells me it didn't get any glue. So I'm going right back over it. Putting it on the fabric itself. And pushing it down. And after I'm done, before I go any further, after this dries, I will do that again, making sure everything is glued down and that everything is where it needs to be. Again, checking to see the bend. Okay, this side is not bending still. So let me turn this around. Okay. Okay, this side's blending real well. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll cut this excess off, and that will be done. Does the journal have a theme? This one actually, because it's children's prayer, that is what the theme is children's prayer. I will be keeping all the original paper, the story, intact. I have seen a lot of them that do not do that, depending on what they want to do with the journal. Because that's what I want to use it for, as a children's prayer journal, for a child or an adult that likes this idea, to use. I will be using, you'll see more Friday of what I'm going to be using, because the next step is getting it ready to be binded with your papers and everything. And so I want to give everybody time to get the papers, the scrapbook paper, the, whatever they want to put in between their pages. So this is the back here. And so you want to find something. Let me find the center. Here we go. You want to find something that you can put, because on that one over there, I put something on each, in between each page. That way it had something to write on in between each page. Different stories. I know that if there was a pig one, I'd make it into a pig journal. 3 Little Pigs, definitely. If I can find it, it's mine. I'm going to do it. No, I think it's actually up to the person. The theme, I think, is up to the person that does it. Well, how do you want it to work? I just wanted them to be a prayer journal for children. I think we're all children. Is there going to be, in one of these, there's going to be some other prayers that I put in as I go ahead and start journaling, start getting it other prepared, like the tags and the belly bands and your pockets and envelopes and stuff like that. So the next step is going to be finding what you want to put in here, what will work, to doing that. And then as soon as this glue dries, we'll be punching holes to put our journal into, to put our signatures into. And all you need for that, this is my template. I made it. I'm only doing 2 signatures. So I got a piece of paper. Let me tell you exactly how wide it is. Let's say it's 2 inches wide. Yeah, 2 inches by, I want to say probably 8. Yeah, 2 by 8. 2 by 8. What you want to do is you want to fold it in half. Fold that in half. And then when you get the half, fold this in, get these in between the halves. Or a little over, but there we go. You understand what I'm saying. Get it in between, and then open them up. Then you'll see there's where everything, there's like an X from where you bent it at. Mark those X's, because you will be putting holes there. So you get those marked. And pretty much I think I'm going to stop there, making sure everybody knows that if they're doing this with me, have this ready. It's 8 inches long by 2 inches wide. And I will again show you how to do the folding again next week, on Friday, excuse me. And then by then, all of this should be dried and ready to go on with the next steps. Hopefully we will have a finished, at least a bounded. We would have gotten the binding done on this book to where you could go ahead and add your belly bands and your, do the crafting part of it. But make sure you get your papers, your scrapbook paper that you want, the pages you want to add to it before you put them all together. Make sure you have all that. Then the reason I'm saying that over and over is because I need to do the same thing. That's why we're stopping where we are, is because I need that time. So that's where we're going to stop today. I want to let it dry. I will see y'all again Friday at 2 o'clock. I'll be here. Please remember on Wednesday that we do have Bible study. We're studying the gifts of the Spirit. So, come and join us. And I thank y'all for coming. And all those who are watching the replay, thank y'all so much. Y'all don't know how much it helps me to be able to know there are people here watching, and all those that are in the balcony and just quietly listening. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see y'all either on Wednesday and Friday. Bye, y'all. See you later.